This is Justin AMZN for Wednesday, January 15th, 2020. And today we had a little bit of a rally, stayed below 1880.05, and then just pretty much collapsed the rest of the day. This part of the day kind of looks similar to this from yesterday, where we did some sort of like a double top here and then broke down. We did not come in and hold a resistance. We actually made that our neckline here, that double top, and then even kind of retraced back up to it. But yeah, we moved lower, obviously. We took out yesterday's low later in the day, in the afternoon here, a couple times. We put some lower wicks down here, which meant we were actually getting bought back up. So people were thinking this is a bottom, it's time to go. And that actually resulted in some nice buying volume, similar to the volume we had early in the morning yesterday. Not quite as much. And then, the rollover. So some of the candles on the 5-minute are okay. Like this is a really nice hammer down here. This is another, well, actually, this is more of a dragonfly doji. This is a nice hammer here. A couple nice places to be buying. This is a really interesting dragonfly doji. It's right at that pivot. And it did actually move up a little bit more, but it really just couldn't get going. There's some high wave candles in here. There's some bullish candles. This is an inverted hammer that broke down. So there's some nice 5-minute candles. I did want to jump over to the 3-minute because I thought there was a couple more over there that really would have helped to, or at least candles or candle patterns to be looking at. So the high wave candle up here with almost an inside candle and then a breakdown inverted hammer. You had kind of a hammer here that took out the low. It's like, oh, maybe this is going to go low right now. Nope. Inside candle, then that broke out bullish. And this was a nice little rally right here. You had this actually looking a little more like a hammer, which had a little bit smaller body than you typically see for a hammer. Again, this one, it looks like the one we saw in the 5-minute over here. So no body whatsoever on that one. But the other thing that I did like is this breakdown here. It rallied, rolled over. You got some buyers poking it up, making a new high, and then you have a high wave candle that takes out that low, an inside candle, and another inside candle. So this is 9 minutes from around the 3-minute chart. So this is 9 minutes of it going sideways here, and then breaks down with a big candle, taking out the low. On the 5-minute, so I'll switch it, just kind of look at this area right here. This looks a little more bearish. Well, I mean, it still looks bearish on the 5-minute, but I like the look of that, the setup of that better, because you have a really nice entry here and a stop here aggressive, or stop up here conservative, and both of them would have worked to get down to probably close to 2R down here, and would have moved a little further. So if we jump back over to the 5-minute and take a look at what this shows us, we had that inverted hammer. Then we get kind of a breakdown, an inside candle here, and this is just kind of 10 minutes of a stair step, or I guess you technically couldn't call all of this a stair step for about 30 minutes. But just the last 2 candles here, setting up similar to the 3 candles on, adding up to 9 minutes, obviously this being 10 minutes. Don't get me wrong, this still looks bearish. It's just, I don't know, they're both bearish. I just wanted to show kind of the comparison in the 3-minute and the 5-minute. Both would be agreeing with each other that this is looking like it's going to break down. This is a bit of a stair step here, not quite as long as the ones we've had like last week. This is a little bit longer of a stair step here, similar to the sideways activity that we had last week. Holds right into the 21, breaks down. And there were just some nice opportunities to be buying puts through these moves, these retracements. This was a great one. High wave candle sitting right here, almost back up here. And, get a bearish candle, you go sideways for another half an hour and then just roll over. So calls, really the only thing was right at the open, or within the first, 15, 20 minutes to be buying and to get out right away. As it pulled back, it was trying to hold this low between 9 and 10, like 10 by 9 here, and just couldn't get going. Once that broke down, even this candle breaking that down. Oops, didn't mean to bump that. Before I switched over to the puts, you had a little bit of buying here when it made that hammer, and then came down to a similar low. Possibly could have been buying off of some of these candles, but may have only gotten in half an R to lock in something, maybe not even a whole R. Sorry, that was the 1875 call. So the 1850 put is what I'm looking at here. And I like this just because it was a little further away than the next pivot. Really decent volume, nice round number. But you get some really nice ranges on these candles. Easily could have set it up for $100 risk. 4x3 down here. After this happens, but this is where it was making. Well, here this candle is at 945. Let's just look at 945. That was this one. Inverted hammer right here. Okay, that makes sense that we poked a little bit higher. That means on the put, we're going to go a little bit lower. We did. And then, it held the 3 low that this one, poked through a little bit. And really getting in 4x3 was doable within, or at least setting that up a few minutes after that candle. So 4x3, and then that ran up to 6 pretty easily, even to 7. And then you really could have been doing one of those kind of staggered entries that I've talked about before, where it does pull back, and you could do the next range. So this one was 4x3, this one's 5x4, this one's 6x5. You just step it up $1. Get out, for 2R, 3R, and then reset up $1 higher, because when it's moving in that direction, you can keep playing the same option. So this one you could have done 4x3 up to 7, 5x4 up to 8, and then over here 6x5 up to 9. It didn't get going there. It actually didn't even get up to 8 again here, and it seems like it should have, just because of the low that it put in here, but the option price just didn't quite get as far without that poking a little bit lower. So probably when this high wave candle came in, I would have, if you're watching it and a high wave candle comes in like that, it's like, okay, this is getting ready to reverse, or it has the potential to do that. If it goes a little bit lower, great, get out. Maybe not hold out for this low. It's not like it's going to come down to this low and tag it and bounce. I mean, it could, but I mean, this low it moved past by quite a bit. Your target wouldn't necessarily be this price. It would probably be further down here, and obviously it's not going to get down there. You're trailing, or it didn't get down there. You're trailing your stop to get out at some point. And so maybe you did trail your stop, and your stop is, once you got in 6x5, your stop is all the way up at 650 as it starts to move there, or maybe even right at break even at 6. So let's say you got break even on this one. You got, what did I say, 5x6 on this one? Yeah, or 5x4 on this one, up to 8. So that's 3R for this, 3R for this, and break even for this one. So that's still 6R with 3 trades. That's still a good day. I'd like that today. That would have been great. All right. So where are we at now? We're still below this. I was trying to kind of move this around and see, does this fit anywhere else? It kind of catches a low here, a little bit of this, some of this, but then it totally breaks down over here. So I'm not really seeing something really clear right now that this is what we're doing to pull back. So that has me wondering, are we just pulling back, trying to make a couple lows like I talked about? We did come down to that low. Wow, look at that. That's where we stopped today. Didn't scroll over and notice that. Okay, so on the daily, we did come back down. We poked below this a little bit more. Would not be surprised if we came right into the 20, into the 21, and then had a high wave candle here, and then started to bounce. Be great if we did something like that. In this range, let's see. Trying to think of through or look back and see what we've done around this price, interacting with a pullback. Let's see, we're up here a bit more. Yeah, we did something similar here. We pulled back a little bit more. Pretty much came, we pulled right back up just under the 21 there. Didn't quite hit it, started to bounce, and just went sideways. And this was a really nice gentle S curve here where it just kind of rolled. There's other ones that it shoots down, shoots back up. There's other ones that it just grinds sideways a lot longer and slowly gets going again. There's the really sharp big ones like this. So I don't know what kind of S curve this is going to turn into. This looks sharp right now, which means it could have a sharp rally out of this, or maybe the sharpness isn't done and it will come back down some more. So look for what it's going to do around the 21. The 21 right now is at 1852.86. So it's a couple dollars below, about $10 below where the close was today. Let's see if we can get a move down to that, or if we don't even touch it at all, look for some reversals to come in, some higher volume. We have had a bit of a drop in volume as we pulled back here, but just count this. We had 5 bullish days up that seemed like it couldn't go down, and here we are 6 bearish days, bearish closes later, and it's pulled back right back into this price. It's filled this gap now, right? Or no? The high here is 1853.26. The low here is 1855.09. Okay, so this gap is remaining open. That would be another price target, 1853.26, which is still above where the 21 is right now. So, yeah, I think another, on the 21 moving average, 21 exponential moving average, whatever the 21st day ago was, once that drops off from somewhere down here, it may pop the this next day moving average as it starts to incorporate tomorrow's close. May move it up in line with or into this gap, and we'll see if we can get a nice bounce there. But it's a retest gap. This was some quick retracements, retests within the next couple days. Here we are doing a bigger retest. It would make sense if we started to rally from here. It would also make sense if we pull back a little further, anywhere into this range, and stop some more people out that had a stop down here. I don't know that this gap will close because this was just a really bullish gap right here off of this kind of island sort of setup. I'm thinking there's another name for that. I just don't remember. But anyway, if we get any sort of move further down, just get ready to buy. Get ready to load up and know what you're going to trade, know what you're going to risk. But get into something that's a little further out because it has the opportunity to really start to S curve here. But you want to give it plenty of time and let it make that kind of move. But I think that's where we're headed, bigger picture. So anyway, hope this helps. This is just AMZN. Thanks.